Welcome to the Horror Unmasked podcast,
where we unmask the monsters and
explore the lore.
I'm Amber.
And I'm Lily, and today we will be dissecting
The Boy.
Let's Break the Rules.
An American woman named Greta arrives at a very old English home to be the caretaker for a little boy and escape her abusive ex.
Fuck that guy.
1,000% fuck that guy.
No, yeah.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Greta is shocked to discover that the child she has been hired to care for is a life-sized porcelain doll named Brahms. Fuck that.
Yeah.
And all of its doll nature. Anyway. The elderly couple who owns the estate treats the doll as their real son, with a list of strict rules to follow to take care of Brahms. After meeting Brahms, the grocery delivery man named Malcolm shares that the real Brahms died in a fire 20 years ago. Before Greta can back out of the job, the couple goes on vacation and leaves her to take care of Brahms by herself. Which is wild.
Yeah, no. The fact that they didn't even give her time to think about it.
Nope.
They were just like, okay.
They were like, we're outie, goodbye.
Welcome. Peace out.
Goodbye.
Have fun. Follow the rules.
Follow the rules.
Okay. Greta, believing everything is just a bunch of hogwash, ignores the list of rules and ends up paying the price when she is locked inside the attic for an entire night.
She just wanted to go on a date with a cute boy.
She did. A cute boy who wasn't her abusive ex.
Yeah, who's a nice dude.
Who's very, very nice and has a hot and sexy accent.
Facts.
So, there you go.
And a beautiful face.
Yes. Rupert, the man you are. Anyway. Greta then starts to believe that Brahms' spirit is actually inside the doll after she discovers his body sitting up in his bed with the list of rules next to him.
I'm not going to lie. When she did this swap, I was like, what's wrong with you? I was like, are you possessed now? What's going on? I was like, I'm sorry, but even spiritually, there's no way you're going to do this fast of a 180. And then it's explained. And I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I get it now. But still, I don't think even in that situation you would flip that hard.
No, because then he tortures her and then gives her a snack. And then she's all, okay, maybe you're good.
Yeah.
Maybe you're just a child who needs to be taken care of. But then you learn more about her backstory, and it kind of makes a little more sense.
And then it kind of makes sense, yeah.
Okay. We'll get into that soon.
Yeah.
Greta shows Malcolm how Brahms can move by himself, to which Malcolm becomes scared for Greta instead of impressed.
Understandable.
Yeah. Malcolm reveals that years ago, a little girl that came to play with Brahms was discovered with her head smashed in. When he was alive, when he was a little boy. Greta brushes this information off, even though Malcolm's like, no, this is a bad spirit. I don't think this is a good one.
You should leave.
You should go and come with me. I don't think you should stay here.
Yeah.
But she brushes the information off and decides to continue to take care of Brahms, following all of the rules.
Spoiler warning. Skip ahead. Later, Greta's ex, Cole, shows up to the house. Terrifying.
Terrifying, by the way, yeah.
And I do feel bad because when she gets contacted by her sister?
I think it's her friend.
Her friend on the phone, the little boy that actually was the one who gave the address because he was scared of him, or the little girl or whatever,
yeah,
the 10-year-old.
There was a 10-year-old who gave him the address.
And I was like, you just don't do it.
Also, trigger warning for this next part.
Yeah, definitely. Cole shows up to the house, who had previously beaten her until she had lost their baby.
Because she was pregnant. Fuck that man for real.
Yeah, which kind of explains why her attachment to Brahm kind of shifts.
Yeah.
And shifted that way. Causing Greta to be very protective of Brahms.
Even though he's just a doll.
Yeah. Greta asks Brahms for help to scare Cole away, which is understandable.
Like, if he can do all these things, I'd be asking for his help too.
Spiritually.
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah. But it just makes him angry. Malcolm hears the commotion and comes inside the house to protect Greta. I am glad that he stayed.
Yeah, because he came in there previously and then realized that it was her abusive ex and then like slept in his car until he heard something go on.
I was really glad that he stayed.
Yeah.
I was like, thank God.
Yeah, that's a true man.
Like he knew that he had to step away or it would make dangerous for her.
Yeah.
But he knew that he didn't want to leave her because it would be dangerous for her.
So either way, he was like,
Yeah.
I can't completely go away,
Yeah.
but I can't stay either.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
This is happy medium.
Yeah. This only enrages Cole further as he grabs the doll and smashes his head to pieces.
Fucking idiot.
Honestly, revealing what I think, because there's powder on the inside. What I think that is, I think that's the
Ashes.
I think it's supposed to be ashes in
But it's not.
the head of the doll.
But it's not.
Ashes of who?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
The girl.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
The walls start to shake, and then Cole hears something behind the mirror, and it smashes open, revealing a hole in the wall. And then an older man with a mask of Brahms breaks through and kills Cole
Deserved.
with a piece of the doll's face.
Yeah. Yeah. Right through the neck.
Right in the neck. Brahms never died in the fire, but had been living in the walls of the house, controlling the doll and terrorizing anyone who tries to leave or harm it.
Fucking nuts.
AKA tries to leave or harm him by proxy.
Yeah, him by proxy, basically.
Yeah.
Because if you fuck with the doll, that's basically him. So
Yeah. So ignoring it, like what she did when she put the fucking jacket over it, blanket or whatever, was the equivalent of
upset.
her ignoring him.
because she was ignoring him, so she covered him up and was just doing her own thing and
pretended
pretended like, I don't have responsibilities. I'm just getting paid
Yeah.
to stay in this house.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
You're not. Greta and Malcolm try to escape through the walls, where she discovers the room Brahms had been staying in. Greta finds her dress that went missing, along with a suicide note to Brahms from his parents, saying that Greta is now his. They were never coming back.
Yo, the idea that he made like a facsimile of her on the bed is creepy.
Yeah. Okay, so the dress was on another doll
Yeah. It was
with
like
a wig that looked like her.
Yeah. And the parents literally, when they left for vacation, quote, 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 vacation, it was, they left.
Let's stuff some rocks in our pockets and take a stroll.
Yeah. They literally
Into the water.
walked themselves into a lake to die.
Yeah. Yep.
They wrote the suicide letter and then fucking just walked into the, like, one, why?
I know why. I can tell you why. Because Brahms had been entrapping them. Like, basically, if they had left or tried to leave, like, that was dangerous for them. Like, he was keeping them there. They didn't want to live that life anymore. Like, they were keeping his secret of killing this young girl. And then they tried to, like, kill him off, making it seem like, oh, well, he can't be blamed anymore. But he's not actually dead. And they didn't want to deal with him anymore.
I know, but there's also, like, the idea of, like, they could have still sent the suicide note and just not done it.
That's so fucking true.
Because how the fuck he's supposed to know? He doesn't get out of the house.
He's 20-something. He can take care of himself. That's a grown man.
Well, he's a grown man with the brain of like a 10-year-old.
Yeah.
Because he's been living in the walls. This fucker doesn't leave the house.
No.
You
Has
send him
never
a
left the
letter
house.
saying that you've killed yourself. Guess what?
He's gonna lose his mind.
He doesn't go outside. He doesn't leave the house. How is he
Did
supposed
they
to know?
say that they killed themselves though in the note? I actually didn't read it. So was it?
No, we watched them dip. We watched them float in the dead body.
But did they write the fact that they were dead, or did they just be like, the girl is now yours?
We're never coming back. She's yours now. We've gifted her to you.
Maybe they just were fed up with it. They were sick of the life they've led. They probably put many people in danger. Many people probably died.
Yeah.
because of him, because they probably mistreated the doll, and then Brahms retaliated.
It's a whole fucking kerfuffle.
It is.
That's some wild shit.
I don't know. Anywho, Brahms eventually catches Malcolm while Greta leaves through an opening in the wall. Making it to the gate of the estate, Greta turns back to save Malcolm, re-entering the house and stabbing Brahms, seemingly defeating him. But a final scene suggests that Brahms' presence still lingers.
The end. Yeah.
And we assume that Greta was able to get Malcolm to the hospital in time.
Yeah. I mean, because he wasn't like...
He just got his head whacked on the floor a couple times.
Yeah.
That was pretty much it.
Yeah. Nothing too, like, bodily severe.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this movie was released January 22nd, 2016.
Best year of my life, in my opinion, so far. Other than 2023. That's a good one. 2016, that's a good one.
The director is William Brent Bell. Distributed by STX Entertainment and Huai Brothers.
Sure.
The production companies are Lakeshore Entertainment, Huai Brothers Picture, Vertigo Entertainment, and STX Films.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have any box office or anything like that. So
Okay. So their budget was $10 million.
Mm-hmm.
And then they made a revenue of $64 million.
Which isn't too bad,
For
but it's not great.
No. It's only an hour and 37 minutes.
Yeah. It's a short movie.
31% Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah. I could see that. If not, maybe like maybe a smidge more.
I feel like that's very low.
Yeah.
I feel like 40%.
Yeah, like in the 40s or something like that.
In the
somewhere
40s,
in that.
for sure.
Yeah.
But not 31, personally.
It wasn't
liked
a
little more
terrible
than that.
movie.
Also, I just really love Lauren Cohen. Slay for that woman. The woman that she is. Who plays Greta.
Mm-hmm.
And then James Russell as Brahms.
Mm-hmm.
Rupert Evans as Malcolm. And then I put Ben Robson as Cole. I didn't really add the old people because...
Yeah, I have... It's Jim Norton as...
Yeah.
Mr. Hellshire, and Diane Hardcastle as Mrs. Hellshire.
Which, ironic last name.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
A House of Hell. Yep. All right. So the kill count in this was supposedly 5, because you've got Mr. and Mrs. Hellshire, Cole, the little girl, and then supposedly Brahms at the end.
Yeah. But we know there's a second movie.
There is a second movie.
But I'm not going to lie to y'all. I did not watch it.
I didn't either.
But from the
Eventually,
imagery,
when we start getting ahead and stuff,
we will. Yeah. When this
watch
fucker
more.
is out of school.
Okay, listen, that's not going to happen for another year and a half. So
When this fucker's out of school, I promise you,
it's been...
we'll have seen all of the pieces of the movies.
Yeah,
I
we'll
promise.
see even the ones that we've already done podcast episodes for.
Yes.
We'll watch all of those too.
Yes.
But as of right now,
Nope.
I'm dying inside, guys.
I'm the one who's doing it. I take that brunt so that you guys can get like a smaller list, and so that she can get a smaller list of films.
Yeah.
Comparatively.
Because my mental health cannot handle it.
Yeah. Which means no Amityville until after she's done with college. Because that's 17 films.
Ugh.
And I don't know if I can do it right now. I already have to go through Hellraiser.
That's a whole beast of itself.
Yeah.
So, it's a lot, guys. Like, as much fun as we have doing this, it can get stressful when you're doing a whole lot of other stuff that you have to be doing to live.
It's a little easier for me just because I am out of college.
Yeah.
But I am not working as much as I would like to right now.
Whereas I'm in college and working as much as I possibly can. So it's a little different, but we're still both very busy human beings.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Do it for the pod.
Yeah.
And just for that, you should like, follow, subscribe.
Yeah, exactly.
Comment. We're working hard for you to put out the content.
It's almost our official year.
Aww.
On the 7th,
Oh my gosh.
it will have been a year since we
Really?
have been doing this.
Wow. So is Unfriended like our year mark?
Unfriended
Yeah.
will be our anniversary.
Our anniversary.
Isn't that
one.
stupid?
That is stupid. But
That's
actually,
called Unfriended.
no, don't put that omen out there. Don't do that.
This bitch. No.
Okay. All right. Listen, I think it's a full circle moment because that's one of the first horror movies that we really watched together.
It is. Honestly, that is one of the first official, because Split we watched, but I don't know if I would consider it
I don't.
100%. Like, it is a horror movie,
It's horror.
but it's
scarier than some of the
it's-
movies we've watched for this podcast.
It's definitely,
so it's in that
it
genre.
teeters on the
It's more psychological thriller. Yeah.
But yeah, the official first true to horror film
yeah.
was Unfriended.
It was just so stupid because it's actually
because it was you
kinda
who was the
bad.
one who was like, you want to watch them?
Because I think I hadn't seen that one yet. No, but I knew it wasn't going to be like one of the scariest things ever, just because of the ratings on it. And I knew how you were with horror, so I was like, this might be a good first
But it was
one.
creepy.
It was.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit.
The blender scene is always in my mind. It shows up way more often than I like it to.
Which is so funny because it's only like a 5-second thing.
Yeah,
and
it's
done.
literally 5 seconds. It's not even that
5
long.
seconds and then it's over. And you'll hear more about that next week. Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Yeah. So,
yeah. Do you want to go first? Me to go first?
oh, go ahead.
Alrighty. Our
Start us off
I will.
in your short little
Yeah.
list.
I got booty sauce worth of notes for this go around, mainly because there's not a lot to this Mouvement Chalier.
What'd you just say?
Hi.
You said what? Hello?
Mouvement Chalier?
I know what it means, but why?
Look, I've watched Rolly and Luxeria for long enough where now I do that. I can't help it. It happens sometimes.
I love the way they speak so much.
Fucking love them. They're
It's
amazing.
just so chaotic and so energetic, and I want to be their friend.
Oh, facts. Oh, I love them.
We'd fit in perfectly. We would.
Love it, love it, love it.
Oh my goodness.
Alrighty, let's do this.
I would adopt their accent so fast, it's not even funny.
With on accident, not with purpose or intent.
No.
It would be literally accidental.
But that's me with any English people.
Yeah.
Like watching movies like Even the Boy or just any English show or just being around people who have that accent, I pick it up and it's totally not on purpose.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I catch myself and
That's
then
the
I feel
ADHD brain.
yeah, and then I feel so bad that I've done it. Like
Yeah.
I've had British friends and like they'll speak to me and then I'll go back and respond with an accent and I'm like, they're like, can you not? And I'm like, oh,
I'm
I'm
so
so sorry.
My brain can't help it.
Yeah, this is why I'm kind of nervous if I ever visit, when I visit Europe and like all the English people.
Look, Dodger still has a very American, and she's been living there for a while, and I'm
No.
like, how?
I would pick it up immediately.
How do you not?
I would do it on purpose though, to be honest.
Because it's kind of funny because her daughter is in England. She sounds American to them, and in
But
America,
in here she sounds English. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wild concept. But I guess it's because of some of the letters that she says is more American. Wild.
I feel like children who grow up that way always have have trouble finding sense of place. But they'll get there.
Yeah,
They'll
hell
get
yeah,
there.
hell yeah. Alrighty, I will start us off.
Yes.
So the Master FX Vancouver studio created the title character that we know of as Brahms,
Brahms.
a 4-foot-tall doll that seems to rule the household of a remote manor. So they have a long-standing relationship with their friends at Lakeshore Entertainment, usually making vampires and werewolves for their
Ooh.
underworld films.
Okay.
But this time,
Their werewolves are kind of silly looking. I mean, they're the most realistic for what a human
To-
would be
to
turning to
werewolf.
wolf.
Yeah,
but it's
yeah.
still kind of silly.
I know it's very CG, but I like the design of the werewolf in Van Helsing a lot. I don't know if you've seen Van Helsing. I love Van Helsing. It's such a good ass movie.
No, I haven't seen that one.
You might have. It just might be a long time. There's certain characters and imagery that if you saw them, you'd be like, you'd recognize the characters at least.
Gotcha.
But you would actually really like that movie. It's very good. But yeah. The underworld werewolves have a very particular look to them.
Yes.
Yeah. But this time, creating Brahms was a completely different challenge.
You mean they're not twins?
No.
He's not a werewolf guy?
No.
Dang.
No, he ain't.
Missed opportunity. No.
So,
Sculpt him like the beast he is.
you know, the company president, Todd Masters, said that we knew that this Brahms doll needed to be more like a supporting cast member for Lauren Cohen to play against,
Yeah.
rather than just serve as her prop. So they added all sorts of little forms and details within his features. They wanted to depict a good amount of detail of realism with his appearance, even by his ability to make a simple turn of his head.
They did really good with that, I will say. There's one shot where there's like a picture of like real life baby Brahms and then they shift it into the doll. And I was like, at first I was like, this kid doesn't really look like Brahms, but the second they shifted it, it looked exact.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, they actually did really good.
Yeah, they put a lot of realism into the creation of the doll. And then adding in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre cinematographer,
Oh.
Daniel Pearls, incredible lighting. He, director William Brent Bell, and especially producer Richard Wright were instrumental in helping to present Brahms' simple, downplayed, yet truly bizarre features. The Master FX studio created several Brahms dolls to accommodate the needs of various stages of the production. So the MFX lead artist, Yukio Okajima, sculpted Brahms's delicate features and finished each lifelike doll with her special touch.
Yeah.
They would say...
How many did they have?
I don't know if it says it here how many. I don't think they had too many of them. Obviously, they had to have one that they could smash.
Yeah.
And different things like that. But I don't think it specifically gets into that. So it goes to say that it was tough in some ways, and sometimes subtle nuances can be more painstaking than, say, creating a lichen, where they have fur and slime to help use to hide some of the FX tricks. But with the boy, their team has really outdone themselves by creating a truly creepy doll for the movie. You know, it's not like the new Chucky, but it's in that line of characters.
Yeah.
You know, it's a part of that creepy doll for the movie ages. So working on set, the Master FX artist, Tanis Hegan, operated and maintained each of the Brahms dolls to ensure that each doll's features would reflect the proper emotion and tone. Each doll was articulated as though a large stop-motion armature was inside it. In this manner, Hegan could allow Brahms to make the slightest of head turns or move into a body pose that would convincingly portray the appropriate character's emotion as each scene is required. So even in the body posing, the sculpts of the faces and things like that, they were really particular about what kind of emotion would be portrayed in that scene. And it's really weird because the doll's face at no point did me feel like it changed, but it changed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there were definitely emotions, but the face structure never. It's kind of interesting to.
I agree. I thought that was more like lighting tricks, but
yeah,
I guess not.
Yeah, a little bit of lighting, a little bit of like atmosphere. You know, I think that's pretty interesting.
The smallest amount of paint. Crazy how different things can be with just a little bit of effect.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I wonder if the microphone picked that
I
up.
hope that I hope you guys heard that phone because it was good. That was a right audio sound. Oh fuck! I almost wish that was closer. Fuck! She just smacked herself in the face with her water bottle.
I don't know if you guys are gonna get that.
Oh shit!
But if you do, that's your treat.
Oh, that's so
from me.
Funny.
Let me not do it again.
Did you smack your upper lip into your teeth with it?
No, it was just on my tooth.
That's why it was such a crisp phone.
Ding. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's so fucking hilarious.
Don't make me laugh. I'm trying to drink, okay?
What, you're gonna put even more liquids on my bed?
That sounds so wrong.
I know, that does. It
Don't
sounds
say
really
that.
wrong.
Okay,
that sounds
for
really
context,
wrong. Sorry,
because this is not Alabama.
This is not Alabama. Although we are very close. We are very close to Alabama. We're a little too close right now with the climate of the world going on right now.
Ooh. Okay.
But
and House of the Dragon and Game of Thrones, you know,
this lady,
making incest, you know.
This lady right here has a habit of either knocking shit over onto my bed that has some form of. She spilt milk onto my bed. She spilt soda onto my bed. There's been all manner of like just random shit
Water,
spilled onto my bed.
Definitely food.
Definitely food.
I'm sorry. I'm a clumsy girl, okay? What can I say? My parents wanted to call me Grace.
It's good they didn't.
Yeah. I am not graceful. At all. In the slightest. You may think with my godly aura. No, not at all. Can't even pretend for a second. No. Anyway.
So, getting back to the notes. This was actually kind of fascinating because I did not know this until I looked it up. And I don't think anybody would have realized it. When they were shooting the movie, he had no mask on.
What do you mean?
Brom, the human character, did not have a mask on.
What?
He was just a guy with a beard. In the original scripting of it, he wasn't going to have a mask on.
Oh.
And even after, he still doesn't have a real mask on.
You're lying.
It's wild.
You're lying.
Because I've seen the pictures of the different alternative masks. It's actually kind of wild.
Fake. That's fake.
So,
that's false.
Obviously he looked crazy coming out of the wall. As just a dude
he had a
with
mask
a beard. On. Just plain face beard dude coming out of the wall.
He had a mask on.
When we tested the movie, it tested really well. And everybody liked the movie. And then we asked questions. We were like, okay, the third act, when the twist happens, the twist was cool. Were you scared by the guy that came out of the wall? And the main reaction was, not that scared, but yeah, kind of scared. So the producer, Roy Lee, suggested the idea of using visual effects to put a mask onto Brom's face.
Oh. So he doesn't actually... That's all digital?
Yeah, it's all digital. He does not have an actual mask on his face. Which is wild because of what's under the mask. Give me a minute, because that's fucking insane.
Yeah.
So, keep in mind that this had to be done without any facial markers to track movement or anything. It had to be done frame by frame.
That must have taken a very long time.
It cost
That looked like a real mask to me.
$150,000.
Oh my goodness.
Of course, they had the challenge of working with actor James Russell's scraggly long hair and scruffy beard to get the mask right, but the results were impressive. And the next test screening reaction improved greatly.
Yeah.
So, but unfortunately for James Russell, this meant that his face was completely obscured
Yeah.
in what would have been a breakthrough role for him.
Yeah.
And while the filmmakers felt bad about it, it ended up being the best decision for the movie.
I agree.
But
Why do I feel like I've seen it without the mask? Because the mask kind of shocked me a little bit when I was watching it the second time.
But you also thought he was a burly ass, tall ass man.
With a long beard and dark scraggly hair.
Yeah.
No mask.
I mean, here's the thing. Even for me, I thought when you were first telling me about this movie, because you were the one because I let you spoil it for me a long time ago, that there was someone in the walls.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. But you never described what he looked like.
Oh,
and for
no.
me, this whole time, he's been like a withery old man.
No.
Like a creepy,
It's still
withery,
Brahms.
naked old man.
Oh.
That's what's been in my head this whole time. That's been in the walls and being creepy and shit.
No.
Not just like a 20-something dude who just doesn't have a lot of hygiene.
So with the older guy, it freaked you out more?
I was like, that's fucking weird. And then I saw the movie and I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
Like, why would it just be a random dude? Like a random old man?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, so originally there was no mask. And then they decided to add a mask onto it because of the reaction of the test screenings.
Yeah.
And
Honestly, because I
the
feel
fact that
like...
they had to do it frame by frame. So
I'm not going to lie to you, because I really feel like I've seen this movie without his mask. And it honestly made me a little confused. I was like, who's this guy coming out the wall? What do you mean? What? Like, I didn't connect that it was Brahms.
Well, maybe when it initially came out.
Because I watched it, like, when it came out.
So there's a chance that you might have watched one of the test screenings.
Probably. Maybe.
So there is a chance that you could have watched one of the test screenings.
Because it took me a little bit to figure out, like, that was
So
Brahms. I was like, I'm so lost.
Yeah.
I thought it was just some random man that had been in the house for a long time. I was like, huh?
Ugh.
No, I
That's
got
so
there
funny.
eventually, but yeah.
But what's interesting, okay, theory mentality, because I think even kind of in the movie there's been thought processes. Because you mentioned the idea of the parents setting the fire.
Oh, yeah.
But there's also the theory that Brahms himself set the fire
Why would he do that?
because of the guilt of the situation. Like I
There's
don't
no
want to
way
be.
he felt guilty.
It's the faking my own death.
He was 8.
Yeah, he was also a psychopath. Psychopaths think far ahead. They think about that kind of shit.
He was 8. Personally, what I think, smash your head in. Parents didn't want to deal with, all of that. So they faked Brahms' death, put the girl's body in the fire. And that's where those ashes come from,
I wouldn't be surprised if it was that.
just to get rid of any and all evidence.
But I also wouldn't be surprised if Brahm smashed the head in, the parents caught him, he ran off, set the fire to fake his death.
I don't think he would have done that.
You never know.
He was 8,
I know.
personally.
8-year-olds think they own the world.
Okay.
Especially when you actively refer to a child in a movie as, he was different. He was weird. Yeah. Because he was a psycho.
His parents still loved him, though.
Well, they feared him.
That's true.
They feared him after
feared
a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, like, while he was still young, it wasn't an issue. But
Yeah.
probably the second puberty hit, it was like the horned up nature. Because that's why.
All the other nannies that came through
Yeah.
were probably...
Because the way that Brahms made it sound when he was threatening her when she was escaping is, I'm going to do what I did to all the others. What does that mean? Where were all the other nannies?
Yeah. Are they in the walls?
What did you do to the other nannies? Because I'm going to do to you what I did to all the others. Sounds like murder.
Well, yeah.
So.
But then he just kind of left him there.
Well, yeah. He doesn't care about that dude.
He just left him there to wander the halls again. Like, what were you doing from the time?
He's also easily tricked because he was going to fucking shank her until she was like, we're going to follow the rules.
Let's go to bed now. Yeah.
Yeah. It oddly enough, there's like two different movies that it makes me think about. It makes me think about Phantom of the Opera.
Mm-hmm.
And it also makes me think about Friday the 13th. Not the first one. It's either the second or the third one.
I haven't seen
something
anything
like that.
past the first one.
But in one of them, I can't remember if it was the second or the third one, but there's a girl, because we find his, I think it's the second one, because he still had a bag for a head. In the third one, he gains his mask for the first time, like the Jason Voorhees mask.
Got you.
I think it's in the second film where one of the girls that he's trying to kidnap, she like finds where he's been staying and finds his mother's head and jacket kind of sitting there as like a shrine to his mom. So she puts on the sweater and pretends to be his mother to stop him from attacking her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is.
And he kind of,
the boy,
you know,
yeah.
he kind of sees his mother in her when she's like being demanding.
Yeah, but for context, she escapes, gets to the gate, comes back. What was he doing in that time with
fucking
Malcolm?
Just wandering the halls.
Like what? Like,
I mean, you have to think.
If you were gonna kill somebody, you would have done it just then.
But his brain is not that developed. His brain's not that developed. He knew that a body laying there after a hard hit or something to that effect meant that they were dead. Malcolm just stayed there, knocked out on the ground. Maybe there's a part of him that he's like, he's been dealt with.
I don't know. I'm not going to question it too much.
Well, because his morality towards death is not fully explained. So it's not like we know that like, oh, he didn't care about death, or he was morbidly curious about death. It was just like he killed the girl. His mentality towards Cole was like trying to be defensive.
Okay, well, all the other nannies? Nah.
Yeah.
I'm not, he knows what death is. Let's be real.
Well, yeah.
Let's go into the lore. The Boy was based off of a short film that Craig McNeil and Clay McLeod Chapman called Henley. It's a 10-minute short film. It's loosely based on a novel that Clay Chapman wrote called Miss Corpus. So this movie,
the Henley thing sounds familiar to me. Yeah.
So this movie is based on a short film based on a book.
Gotcha.
So the book is a novel that follows the lives of a group of seemingly unrelated people whose paths intersect in crazy ways.
Yeah.
And each character faces their own struggles with like grief, loss, and searching for meaning in their lives.
Yeah, yeah.
So all of those things. So for the short film, Henley, they had been thinking about it for the course of 5 years.
Damn.
So in 2003, that's when Clay published the novel called Miss Corpus. So Craig was the only person that read it. And there's a chapter in the book called The Henley Road Motel, which is about a boy growing up in a family-run roach motel. They're comparing it to Little Norman Bates before.
I was about to say, it's very Bates Motel. It's very much that. I was thinking about it.
So when business begins to die down, the 9-year-old has a devious scheme to bring customers back. And boom, they had the idea for the short film. So,
gotcha.
When they were writing the script, the phrase, a dilapidated motel sits next to a lonesome highway, is the phrase that they used.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, we should be able to find one of these, no problem. But when you're looking for a motel like that, you don't want to tell people, oh, we're looking for a really rundown, shitty hotel. Can we film at yours?
Yeah. You don't want to be like, your hotel's shit. Can we film here?
It's perfect for our rundown look that we're going for.
Yeah.
No. So while going to the different hotels, they tried to use words like quaint and homey to express the locations that they wanted to find, not rundown.
Yeah.
Which it said in the
They're
script.
not like, this one looks like a piece of a shit. It's going to work perfectly.
Yeah. So then there was one located right off the interstate in rural backcountry Virginia. And they said they found quaint and homey. Quotes. There were 6 rooms, and the beds were rusty wired cots that doubled as ant farms.
Yup.
Yep. For a shower, you needed to wait 3 minutes for the water to reach an acceptable hue, flushing the mud out.
Ew.
Yeah.
That's rust. That's rust.
Each AC, from day 1, the temperature was not good. And being in Virginia in the middle of summer,
Yeah.
temperature was triple digits.
Yeah.
So they had talked to the owner about renting the entire motel for 8 days. And then during the day, they'd shoot, turn the motel into their set, and then at night, they would crash there, picking whatever room was available, grab a couple hours of sleep before waking up, setting up, doing the whole thing again. In theory, was good, but they didn't have a whole lot of money to go around, and they had everything under the one roof, so all under the one motel. The set was built for itself, so they didn't need to do anything with that.
They just paid for the space.
So on the first day of filming, the owner took one look at the 10-man crew assembled outside of her bedroom window, only to realize that the motel had become overtaken by some Hollywood people. She panicked. Before Craig called action, they were shut down. Yeah, so it took hours more of Sweet talking the owner from kicking them off of her property. She finally relented. So day 1 became day 2, and it just kept getting worse.
Yeah.
So deer ticks started
Yep.
appearing. First the sound mixer got some, then it was the cinematographer. And then they went to visit the local doctor to tell them that they had Lyme disease.
Yep.
Yeah, so everybody
Having a rough time.
very rough time.
I mean, you asked for the literal roach motel.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
be ready for what you're asking for.
Especially if you're gonna sleep and stay at the same motel that you are trying to find that is run down. And yeah. So I love this line that they say. They said, now a hefty percentage of their crew would have a telltale reminder of their short film that would linger within their nervous system for the rest of their lives.
Yep.
Oh my God. So day 2 became day 3. 3 became 5. Just a whole bunch of days that they were filming that they weren't expecting to have to go through. So, but that's not the crazy part. The crazy part is that word spread about them filming in this location.
Yeah.
And so people then started to spread more rumors that it was Matt Damon that was filming there, that it was Morgan Freeman that was filming there. Then all of a sudden there was traffic and people slowing down on the highway to try to get a look at who's filming. People thought it was Leonardo DiCaprio. Yeah. Crazy stuff. Definitely not at all what it was.
Definitely not.
So then they started questioning whether they were going to be able to get the full 10 minutes of the short film, because it's just 10 minutes. So from a quote from, what do you say? Clay, so the author, he said, I shot this short last summer in the dog days of Virginia, just bathing in the humidity, sweating off the pounds while hefting this jerry-rigged Steadicam, sleeping with ants, getting eaten alive, getting Lyme disease, getting fleas, getting heat stroke, getting 0 sleep, getting 10 minutes, the right 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That's crazy stuff to go through just to get
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
I mean, okay. being someone who has created a short film that was 10 minutes long.
We did it in a day.
We did it in a day. In a night.
In a night.
In a night. You know. Granted, I think the difference is that A, the location we went to was free.
Mm-hmm.
B, we also did it here at like the house. And also the other big thing was they probably had lighting and specialty cameras.
Mm-hmm.
I used my big camera for like a couple portions,
And the
then
other
I
thing
used
we had
my
is
cell phone.
flashlights.
My cell phone and flashlights.
Flashlights. But ours was also very like,
Found footage.
yeah, theirs is more
Yeah.
cinematic.
Yeah.
So there's that. But that's where it all came from. And then what I noticed while watching this is just some of the things that I took from rewatching this movie. That there are so many scenes in here that are such classic horror tropes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like the bathroom shower scene when she's showering, and then like there's that presence outside that's like stealing her clothes and trying to fuck with her. And then you got obviously the attic scene.
Oh, yeah.
With the attic like staircase coming down and then creepy stuff happening up there. The mirror scene when she's seeing weird things like in the mirrors. You got the dream sequences where she's like just to add more scares into it.
Oh, yeah.
Like where she's dreaming about Brahms coming to kill her.
Yeah.
Which I would have been gone after that first dream.
Oh, yeah.
She had two separate dreams. I didn't really think the second one was necessary. Like one was fine.
Yeah.
One would have been fine. Two is kind of overkill. That's just how I feel.
Yeah.
Obviously, the creepy doll, where we get into that uncanny valley, which we've talked about with Annabelle and Megan,
and the abusive ex and the new possible love interest.
Yes, that trope very much. Obviously,
something living in the walls.
Yeah, that's what I say. Hidden passageways, something living in the walls. Classic haunted mansion.
Oh yeah, classic.
With the doll moving, the weird giggles and the voices, objects disappearing, shadows. In
I don't
places
like
that
the
shouldn't be
idea
shadows.
that was actually that real dude's, like that was the quote the real Brahms voice doing the like very
the
childlike
high-pitched child voice. Yeah,
and so then it would like when he started being angry, it would dip into the like
low,
his actual.
guttural,
I'm like, fuck that nonsense.
Yeah, so he did this like stay.
Little boy voice.
He would beg.
I promise I'll be better.
Yeah, it was
that
like,
was not the accent.
I don't even think he had an English accent.
He did.
He did?
Mm-hmm.
Stay. I promise I'll be better.
Yep.
I promise. And then when he was like yelling at her to stay, I'll kill him. Like, I'll kill the rest of them. It was just like very like, whoa, whoa, what you doing, Brahms? And then the last thing was like the phone calls, where like Brahms would call her.
Yeah.
She thought it would be her friend or her sister, whoever it was. And it would just be the breathing on the other end.
A couple times she thought it was Cole.
Yeah, that too.
Because just like, you know, the panic.
Creepy nature of like just him breathing.
And
like,
the idea that
he found me.
Because he's a stalker. He's abusive stalker, and it's terrifying.
Yeah.
So her getting like a call with just breathing and then a hang up is enough to send panic through anybody who's running from something like that.
For sure. Yeah. But yeah, there's so many different areas of inspiration that I caught into this. Like there's so many different,
and even the reference that I made to like the Phantom of the Opera, like the mask, the disfigured face mask stuff, and because we haven't mentioned it 100%. It's the very, very last scene. We don't see who it is, but there's someone putting back together the face of the broken doll.
Yeah, yeah. And it's strange because when Cole goes to smash it, spoiler warning, but when Cole smashes it, it looks like it goes to powder. Like it looks like there's nothing left of it.
And that's why I said there's ashes. I believe that there's ashes
inside the doll.
Inside the doll.
Yeah. That's why I made it look like that, but it was actually more pieced. Because in the end, it looks like the pieces were more intact and like bigger pieces that broke instead of like just going to dust.
Yeah, yeah.
So
there's definitely because they intentionally didn't want they originally thought about doing like a cracked porcelain doll, but they just felt like it wouldn't fit the story.
No, it wouldn't, because these parents are like making sure to take
Yeah.
very, very good care of Brahms. So
Because it's not supposed to be the idea that the doll is haunted.
Right.
Like, even the parents know that it's not supposed to be the doll that is haunted.
yeah, because they even tell Greta, like, our son is very much with us.
Yeah.
Like, he's very much
It's
here.
it's why they put the food, the extra food away on purpose in a very specific way. It's because
Yeah.
at nighttime he can come in and just get his food.
Yeah.
Like,
So fucking weird.
it's literally, the house is built for, like, what's wild is all of those passageways were there already. They weren't built.
Nope.
They were already in the house.
Otherwise, you would have had to extend the walls out and, like, rebuild the entire mansion, basically.
And they wouldn't have done
They
that.
wouldn't have done that. So they would have had to be there already.
See, the whole time I thought that the real Brahms was going to be living up in the burnt room, not like down in like a basement crawl space.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Like, he's trying to still be himself living in his room.
got you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
Like, like it caught fire. They did all that. They boarded it up on the outside. Because that's kind of one of the visuals you see is from the front of the house. You can see like the boarded up
there's
window
boarded
and
up
then
windows.
the smoke
Yeah.
still kind of left there.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
Crazy stuff, man.
Yeah. Is that all your notes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right.
All right, so The Boy 2, because there is a second part.
There is
as
a
we've
second
said.
film, and I wouldn't even call it a second part,
Yeah.
at least from the description that I've seen.
Yeah, because I looked at the description too, just to get a sense of it, because I wanted to watch it, but again, we
And
have...
I've seen some of the screenshots of it.
Really? Is it bad?
It's so okay. So The Boy 2.
The better question is, what's the Rotten Tomatoes rating? Because if it's lower, then you know.
That's a curiosity. And The Boy 2 is currently on Netflix.
Yes, I did see that, because I went to go look for The Boy to
Yeah.
watch it, and all I could find was The Boy 2.
I was so
like,
mad. I was like, "Fucking Christ!"
Yeah.
So I had to rent it on YouTube.
I will never admit.
To what?
I'll never admit.
Okay. You do you. Anyway, okay, so the little like synopsis, if you looked up The Boy 2. Is it lower?
11%.
Oh fuck.
That's still not lower than the Saw movie, because that was one
No.
digit. I think that was 7%.
God, I don't know.
Something like that?
It was similarly low. It was similarly low.
Saw the final chapter, 9%.
Oh, yes. Okay.
I think, isn't that Saw 7?
The
No.
final chapter.
Oh, that's Saw
the,
3D.
That's the Saw 3D film.
Yeah. That's, yeah.
Yeah, that's the one with the
9%.
pink blood.
So, no, not
That's the
the
one with
worst
the pink
rating.
blood. Yes,
Yeah.
gotcha. Okay. So the little synopsis for The Boy 2 is when a young family moves to the Hellshire's residence, terror strikes when a boy from the family discovers a doll called Brahms that appears to be eerily human. That's the little synopsis for it.
Oh.
But the imagery that I saw, like the screenshots, stuff was like coming out of the doll's mouth and
I think
shit.
that's edits. Because I have
It was
seen what you're
on
talking
the
about.
IMDb.
And that's probably like, oh, it was?
It was
Then
on the
that could
IMDb
also
for the
be-
movie itself.
I don't think they would turn it supernatural. That would probably also be another dream sequence that they probably did.
Possibly.
That's my guess. You know, one day we're gonna come on here and do a chit chat of all the things, of all those second movies we haven't seen, and just give you updates.
Oh yeah.
Because I
we
need to
have
do
to.
that. I need to do that for my own sanity.
Yeah, because they have like imagery of like cockroaches
Yeah.
and blood coming out of his eyes and stuff, and then
I would say that's where they use dream sequence stuff.
like you already saw the one weird picture with like the dirt on the face with
Yeah.
the weird
Because why do
eye
I
stuff.
feel like it'd be a weird thing where you said it's a little boy that moves in?
It's a young family.
I feel
And
like
then-
there's a little boy involved.
There is, yeah. It's
Yeah.
it's in the promotional imagery.
I
for
feel like
it,
it'd
yeah.
be a thing where it's like, oh, well, Brahms is also a little boy, so maybe he tries to bond with this kid, and it turns out really bad.
Yeah, yeah.
And if they want to keep the dream sequence thing going.
Yeah, they probably did to some degree. Because I'm looking at like the imagery and stuff, and it's really weird because the little boy in the I'm just looking at the images from the film, the boy dresses Brahms like him. And this is starting to feel like a I forgot the fucking movie. Not the movie. The episode was called in Goosebumps, where the doll is like my real life self as a doll, like shit like that, and then the doll's possessed and they swap bodies.
Yeah, yeah.
It looks very that like Brahm is trying to take over the boy.
That's probably what it is.
It's why there's like it's why I think that there's that.
Yeah.
I thought the ghosty kind of element. Also, it makes me think about fucking what is that? The Key West doll. My brain. I can't.
He might think that's disrespectful.
Because I know that there was.
Why do I feel like it's George or like Billy? It's not either of those.
No.
Something the doll. Something the doll. You say it, and I'm literally gonna be like, "Oh my god!" Of course, yeah.
Hold on, because I have to figure this out. Robert. It feels very that, because I think I remember them when they were talking about the story. It was the idea that like he was the child's doll, and then the child was like, I didn't do it, he did it. Kind of that back and forth.
Yeah.
And then when like something bad happened with the kid,
Probably for sure.
it transferred onto the dad being like, yo, shit's going on. This thing's fucking weird. So it's very much, it feels like it might be that kind of a sway.
Well, yeah.
Hell yeah. Alrighty. So you got some Juanel Starzels?
I've got one.
Go for it.
There were lots, but I chose one.
Okay.
It seems in today's world, you'll see many high ratings on this movie. I don't know what the hell that means. I wish I knew what it was that people saw, but then again, I'm not sure I'd want to step into a mind of someone who liked this movie.
Okay.
It's true, maybe you don't. The only highlight was not from the movie, but rather...
Always.
When someone ripped ass midway in the theater.
That I was not prepared for. Okay.
I presume to show their disgust for the stupidity playing out. The trailer will paint a different picture than what you will imagine this movie to be. However, for some movies, that is okay. Just not for this movie. This one left me feeling ripped off. I cannot tell you how many times this movie made me start laughing over the absurd and non-logical transition of the characters' behaviors and the realizations that make you think, you've got to be kidding. I suppose if there are people liking this movie, they must be as crazy as the characters. I went to see a horror movie, but instead I feel like I watched a drama or thriller that contained little to no real suspense. In a way, I'm embarrassed for the cast, as this was just terrible. If you're drowning in Hollywood for roles, I can understand they had to pick up something. I wouldn't want this on my movie resume, but we all have bills to pay.
It's not that bad of a movie.
No, it's not.
But I do think it's funny as all hell that someone just ripped ass. I do think that's hilarious.
That's incredible.
I think that's fucking... And it was in the movie theater.
In the theater.
So you also took the time to go see this in a movie theater.
Yeah, you did. I watched this at home.
Yeah. I mean, granted,
in my bed on a rainy day.
When
which is
I
the best
watched
way
it,
to watch
it was significantly after the film had came out. So, hey, but whatever.
Of the time. I was in middle school when I watched this. It was a rainy day in my bedroom. Mm-hmm. Perfect setting. Perfect vibe.
Yeah.
So, I do say I think I fell asleep, though. And then I had to wake up and watch it. The rest of it in the dark.
If you were here earlier... it would have been the perfect setting because it was very thundery and rainy.
It was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually crazy. I thought like the thunder was going to come in through the window and kill us all. I was like, what on earth?
Literally, we saw lightning and then just a big ass crack of fucking thunder rolled
It's been
through.
nuts. I wonder what hurricane season is going to be like. I hope it's fine.
Oh, fingies crossed.
That was me knocking on wood.
I don't need any of that nonsense. And I don't need to work during that either. Fuck that.
No.
Not in my place of business.
Not in
Fuck
mine
that
either.
nonsense.
I work outside. I'm actively outside.
Well, even by the hurricane season time frame, you'll be inside by that point.
No, it's still outside. There's only one place that's inside.
The guest service stuff is
Guest
not
service,
inside?
one station is inside. The rest is like a hut, but it's still outside.
So
Like
it's
the
not-
window is large.
So it's
and
not like the other two parks that have the
Correct.
guest service stuff.
correct.
Okay, gotcha.
Only
gotcha.
the one room.
Gotcha.
But
gotcha.
everything else is like just a hut where the door's always open and there's
That
a
whole
very,
park would
very
be down.
large window.
Don't even joke. That whole park would be closed. Hurricane season, Volcano Bay ain't open. Hurricane season is the one place. Water parks are closed during
The only
hurricane
time they
seasons.
close is if the weather gets, if the temperature doesn't go above 60 degrees, they won't open. However, if it goes up for even half an hour or 30 minutes to 60, half an hour, 30 minutes, half an hour or even just an hour for like to 61, they're going to open. And that's the same for weather. Like if it even
being
looks
in
like
Florida-
it's going to be like sunny for a minute, they're going to stay open.
Well, in Florida, it's a little different with hurricane seasons. The amusement parks are a little bit more wiser about
Yeah.
that to some degree, especially
Not-
water parks.
I don't think Disney is though, personally.
Well, water parks usually are very particular about that
Yeah.
just because of the safety issues.
oh yeah, for sure. Like for sure we shut down when there's lightning, but if it's just raining, we're open.
Yeah, I feel like hurricanes might be a little different.
It's
you haven't
so
worked,
funny.
You also haven't worked during a hurricane because we haven't had hurricanes in a minute.
I actually wouldn't remember. I don't know. But yeah, there'll be like 100 people in the park. It's cold. It's raining, and we're still open.
Yeah, because the last time we had hurricanes, it was the back-to-back hurricanes 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So
that was right before I got my job. So
yeah, so
don't
you
get me
haven't
wrong.
officially.
Volcano Bay, get your money up. That's okay. I'm not complaining. I want a job. I
Yeah.
like to work. I like my money. So stay open as much as you need.
Yeah,
But it's just crazy to me
yeah.
that we do that.
Well, yeah, that's most amusement parks, but I also feel like, they are a little more mindful, at least water parks specifically, during hurricane season, mainly because of like the electricity and shit like
and
that.
being in water, not good.
No, very dangerous.
There was one lifeguard who was telling me about something. They used to work at, I want to say they worked at like a Disney water park.
Mm.
I want to say Typhoon Lagoon.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't Typhoon Lagoon. No, because Disney would never do this. It was.
Wet and Wild?
I don't remember. And it's probably better that I don't remember because I don't want to get.
They were working for some water park.
Some water park. Pretty big name. I
A
will
big
say
name.
that. It wasn't Disney.
Because Wet and Wild was a very, very popular before they shut down.
It might have been. I don't know.
That's the only other thing that I could think of. That's like a well-known.
Yeah. I feel like
one.
if I heard the name, I'd be like, yeah, that one.
Gotcha.
So I don't know.
Gotcha. Okay.
But I don't want anybody coming after me, so it's better that I don't know.
Yeah.
2 things.
Mm-hmm.
1, there was lightning in the area.
Yeah.
They didn't shut down. Everyone in the water got electrocuted.
Oh shit. Stupid.
They didn't shut down fast enough. So like all the guests were out, but there were guards still in the water, and the guard that was talking to me, like they had been electrocuted.
Well, dude, you know that they check the weather first thing, like
It wasn't the guards' fault.
no, the
'Cause they don't know.
they have
Yeah.
to check the fucking weather, and
Yeah.
that's them.
But they all got shocked. And the same park, they did a really bad mishap with a bunch of the fish that like, and I don't just mean like fish. I mean like some of the mammals of like sea creatures that they had raised from babies and like really loved these animals. And there was one custodian late at night who accidentally put a bunch of chemicals into the water, killed all of them.
Ooh.
all of them.
Ooh.
They were all heartbroken, and that's what finally made that guard quit. It wasn't getting electrocuted. It was the fact that they killed a bunch of their animals.
Yeah, that's definitely not
And just threw them out.
Yeah.
Try to keep it really hush and just
Yeah. I don't remember Wet and Wild having any animals.
Yeah,
so I don't think
that's why I don't think it was Wet and Wild. It wasn't a Disney park
because it's also not SeaWorld, although SeaWorld has its own shit. It's not SeaWorld.
Yeah,
but
crazy stuff.
Because
It's in
SeaWorld's
Florida.
not a water park, but yeah,
in Florida.
it's probably one of those like not off-brand but off-brand water parks that
Yeah.
have died out due to Disney and
Which I haven't been to Disney in so long, let alone
Same.
their water park. So
I've never been to their water parks.
no, yeah, never.
I've only been to their main parks. At this point, sometimes it just doesn't feel like it's worth it anymore.
I agree. The only thing I want to go for right now is to ride Galaxy and then drink around the world. That's it. That's all I want to do. I don't care about
I'd
anything
be
else.
down to be like, I'm down to like go to Japan, ride the Epcot ball.
But that's all in Epcot. Like, I don't need to do anything else except maybe
Haunted
the
Mansion.
Dino ride, and
Haunted Mansion.
I'd want to do Animal Kingdom and Epcot. Those are the only two parks I care about.
You don't want to do Haunted Mansion? Come the fuck on. You don't want to do Haunted Mansion?
Haunted Mansion's like the only good thing in that park, other than Pirates.
Yeah, you do Haunted Mansion and Pirates.
That's all I need. I don't need
And
to go to
then
the whole park though.
You dipple.
I don't need it though.
Yeah.
If I only want like
Fuck yeah.
I don't.
That's what we do. We only ride the rides that we actually give a shit about.
I can't do park hopping anymore. It's rough for me. My body is breaking. Let me build my strength up first, and then
Yeah, you have to actually build your strength up first.
I'm working on it. All right. Okay. I gotta look hot and sexy for our HHN fits.
Girl, you're fine.
Thanks. No, I saw this TikTok. It was so funny. It was this guy basically being like, "Hey, girlies, this one's for you. Start planning your Halloween costumes now. Now. This
Yeah.
is like a week ago.
Yeah.
He was like, now.
Yeah.
You need to start right now.
Yeah.
Not waiting until
I agree.
before. You need to start right the fuck now.
What the fuck do you think we've been doing?
Yeah, but then all the comments were like, oh, I already know what I want. It's just getting my body ready.
Yeah.
It was like, I need to tone a little bit before I go out and purchase these things.
Oh, yeah.
So that I know what size I need.
Oh, yeah.
It was too good. It was too good.
Oh, yeah. That is definitely the...
But you have to start planning like 2 months, 3 months in advance.
especially for us, because we make, like, our premier thing is HHN.
HHN, and we dress
We
up.
dress up hard.
Obviously,
especially
they say
the
no
first time.
costumes, so we still follow the guidelines of that. So we don't like cover too much of our face, and we don't make it too like obvious if we're doing a
We do,
specific
like,
character.
I mean, and here's the thing. When they say don't come in costumes, they don't want you to come in like full fucking elaborate ass costumes.
Yeah.
Like you coming in like a kind of skimpy Halloween kind of, they don't care.
They don't care.
It's just as long as your face isn't like completely covered with a
Yeah.
mask or anything like that. Like
And they can
face
differentiate
paints
you
and
from a
stuff,
scare actor.
Yeah, face paints and like a little bit of stuff like that is fine.
Yeah.
Most of the people who are going to HHN
Yeah.
are dressing up like horror icons.
Yeah, because you have like a lot of people did Chucky. Obviously, everybody every year does Freddy.
always
Always.
Freddy, Jason. Oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
All of your classics. You got a lot of Pennywise stuff,
Mm-hmm,
and they're usually normal clothes
Yeah.
that are plussed up,
yeah.
and that's
So
usually
it's
what
like
we
it's
do.
that casual cosplay, but a
Yeah.
little more fancy.
Yeah.
I don't think I said this on the podcast, but I was told by one of my trainers recently that HHN is just the Met Gala for goths,
Oh yeah,
and I'm obsessed with that.
and it's facts.
It is. Because she said that, and immediately I was like,
That's what we do.
you're so correct.
Yes,
Because that's
it's
literally
the
what we do.
Premier event for all the spooky bitches.
Yeah,
to
we
come
dress
out
up hot and
say
sexy
hello.
and spooky, and that's when,
and we mingle.
yeah, we mingle hard.
We mingle the shit out, and this time we will have
Business cards.
business cards.
And stickers, maybe.
We'll see.
stickers?
We could have stickers.
Question mark?
We could have stickers.
Yeah.
They just require money purchasing, but other than that, not that bad.
But here's a business card and a sticker.
Fuck yeah.
There you go.
Fuck yeah. our business cards are done.
Yeah, we
I just gotta fucking get them printed and then make posters.
We got it.
We got it. All right.
Anywho, it's so soon. It's so soon.
Oh, fuck, man. It's sooner. It's so fucking soon. It's unreal.
Because it's August, actually. End of August. And
Yeah.
that's 2 months from now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I gotta get started
Yeah, bitch.
on my not my costume. My outfit. Thank you.
I already have the clothing.
I know.
The shoes.
I know.
Most kind of the jewelry.
Yeah. It's hard because, you know, I like having money in my account. And then I'm like, I'm going to save. And then I have to pay rent and it's all gone again.
You know? And that's the will of the world currently, unfortunately.
Yeah.
If the world was a little bit more functional, you'd have a little bit more than that.
I might move to Australia. You know, okay. Everyone's like, oh my God, there's so many things in Australia that could kill you. I'd rather die living my life than die regretting not living my life. You know what I mean?
I get it.
Because here we have to work to live.
Yeah, it's...
That's how the world, America is.
Society.
Yeah, that's how America is. A lot of other countries are not like that. You don't have to work to live.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, a lot of countries are like that.
You do have to work to live.
But there are countries that are a little more tolerable about it.
It's not even just that. It has nothing to do... Honestly, it has nothing to do with necessarily the working to live, because everyone works to live.
To live, yeah.
The truth of the matter is that they all have accurate pay.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm paid $12 an hour.
That's nothing. That is nothing. You would literally have
It's
to be
bullshit.
You have to be working every single day of the week and then have another job on top of that.
Yeah.
In order to function by yourself.
Yeah. That's why it's like there's no reason for me to increase the number of days that I'm working there.
I like how we're talking about... Okay. So I recently read a thing that in order to live, just to live your life, just to pay all of your bills, it's to live comfortably.
Yes.
To live comfortably, have all your bills paid, and still have some wiggle room to
enjoy
life.
Going out and eating or doing something.
Just doing things that you enjoy.
Yeah.
Minimum wage should be anywhere from $40 to $50.
Yeah. Especially because of the way that the world is right now.
And that's just one person.
Yeah.
If you make that a family household,
yeah,
a couple and a child,
yeah,
that number goes way up.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Shit, even having a fucking wage of like 20 something is like, thank God.
Yeah.
People get excited about
Which is why...
Bitch, you'll be able to get there. Fucking shut up.
What I'm saying is, a lot of people are like, what do you mean? Minimum wage is so much higher than it was back then. I understand you. They're like, don't complain about it. I get where you're coming from, but if you add in all of the expenses and how much more expensive everything is now to just live,
yeah,
that number is not even the same as what they were making.
Like groceries, like it is more expensive to get groceries than it is to eat at like a fast food place. You can't the fresh, green, healthy shit is significantly more expensive than any of the good food.
I go to Aldi's, but even then you're like, that stuff might not be great.
And it's like it's a fucking struggle, and we've got to fix shishmiety and their priorities, because there's definitely places in America that are being funded too extensively that money could go, to do a lot better.
Like I will say, and I will always say, there are no ethical billionaires.
Nope.
They should not exist.
No.
Thank you for our TED Talk.
Tax the rich.
Eat the rich.
Guess what? They have the money to do it.
And they're like, we work harder than anyone. Okay.
Shut the fuck up.
What are you saying right now? Are you gonna look at a family where the parents are working 3 jobs?
Oh, yeah.
On top of taking care of their children, and you're gonna look them in the eye while they are down on their fucking luck, depressed, anxious because they don't know if they're gonna put food on the table for all of their children. They don't know if they're gonna make ends meet. They don't know if they're gonna keep their house. They don't know if they can get more clothes for their child's, more clothes or supplies for their child's education. You're gonna look them in the eye and tell them they're not working as hard.
That's a big bag of bullshit.
You're gonna say
but
that?
also the other thing is that it's not even just that. It's also just the idea that literally we're called the working class. Shut the fuck up.
Literally.
We're literally called the working class. So
Mm-hmm.
if you say we don't work hard enough, shut the fuck up.
What are they called?
You get your
What are they
bitch
called?
asses.
I need to know.
The elites. That's
Is
what they're
that
called.
it? Is that just the
The
elites in the
elites.
upper class? Is that
Yeah,
it?
upper class elites. That's it.
How'd you get there? I bet on daddy's money. On
And the
mommy's
truth
money.
of the matter is that come work with us and then fucking bitch and complain.
Mm.
Come have to live a normal life. Because the truth of the matter is, most people, even if someone had no kids, no
Yeah.
significant other,
Yep.
lived by themselves, they are living paycheck to paycheck.
Paycheck to paycheck.
There is no excess.
I have a coworker. She told me that she is making the most money she's ever made in her life, and she's the most broke she's ever been.
Yep.
That is what I mean when I say minimum
Yeah.
wage is still too low.
And it's
And people are shocked that it's this high, and I don't understand.
And here's the other thing. At least when it comes to like housing stuff, I will say that we are imminent for a bubble burst.
It's not going to happen. I've done my research.
No, but we are eminent for the possibility
We need
of
one,
there being a
but
bubble
I've done
burst.
the research about it, and it's not likely to happen anytime soon.
I mean, it happened in 2009.
2009.
I understand that, but the point is that because
It'll
of the way
happen.
things are going,
It'll happen.
it's gonna happen.
It's just not at the moment.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. It's just
We're going to be struggling for a
Waiting
little bit
for it.
longer.
yeah.
A little bit longer.
Anyway,
We went off on
Off
like
of
the
our
worst tangent
fucking-
we've ever gone on, I think.
we keep doing this at the end of the episodes.
It's okay. It's our little chit chat after.
Let's
know.
do a positive end.
Yeah.
Let's do a positive end since we just talked about a lot of downer shit.
Sorry, guys. I mean, you listen to horror. I feel like this is the true horror.
You know, a little too close to home on that on that one. I will say, let's see. I'm trying to think of something positive. I'm catching back up on Critical Role because I am fucking so far behind.
Okay, but that's also kind of negative because where you're at right now.
I know, but I'm enjoying catching back up.
The
I
only
missed them.
thing I can think of is HHS right around the corner, y'all. Come on.
Yeah.
We
Oh,
were just
also
talking
I got
about
to
that,
put
but yeah.
stickers on my car. I got to decorate my car up a
Yeah.
little bit more.
That's fun.
Yeah. I was actually really happy.
This might sound really depressing, but I don't really have a whole lot. It's my mom's birthday.
I also put the octopus you gave me in my window, up in the front.
Nice.
I put a bunch of stickers on the inside of my car.
Mm-hmm. I want to deck mine out soon because
I need more stickers.
although my car is about to, I just got the tires rotated and like changed some of them.
Yeah.
Because it was shaking really bad.
Yeah.
2 months later, it's even worse.
Oh god.
Even worse. So I don't really know.
Yeah, you'll have to check
But
all
it's
that
okay.
out.
That's negative. Never mind.
Yeah, positive. Bitch, positive.
School's over.
Ooh, yes.
I finished
is
school.
over. Yes.
I did that.
Yeah, she finished her semester of class.
My summer semester.
Yep.
Now I can breathe,
Yeah.
be a human being.
There's some exciting stuff later on, but you don't get to hear it till later on. Haha.
Yeah, you don't get to hear about that until
Schmeekies.
October,
August.
September, August,
Beginning of September.
beginning of September. Beginning of September.
And if you paid any attention, you know what's happening at the beginning of September. We'll see you then. Alrighty, so next week, Unfriended.
Woo.
Plus our 1 year semi-anniversary.
Yeah.
It's a couple days off, but yeah.
It'll be on the 5th, not the 7th.
Yep. You could send us an email at horrorunmasked@gmail.com. Follow us, Instagram, Twitter, X, Horror Unmasked.
Every time.
Every time. You can listen to us on Spotify, iTunes, Amazon Music, Audible, Pandora, and YouTube at Horror Unmasked Podcasts. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, share us out there. 5-star reviews and all that kind of stuff helps a lot. And I think with that,
There's only one thing left to ask. Will you fear?
or will you fear not?